You will have group dynamic problems, right? Group dynamics are going to be some problems for some groups, and you should be prepared and think about how you're going to deal. So there are two types of problems that are common, I would say. One is you're going to have people who don't pull their weight in a group. So somebody is going to be dropping out, right? And that's going to affect the performance potentially of the entire group. And what happens if you have a group where there are one or two or three people who don't pull their entire weight in the group, and then you have two people or three people coming into your office, and sometimes they're crying because they cannot complete the project the way they want to do it, because they're at 60% or 40% of capacity, and they've been trying to shoulder a burden for perhaps too long before they came and talked to you. So how do you deal with that? The other problem that you have with group work is where somebody thinks, I'm God's gift to programming, or I'm God's gift to whatever subject it is, and I don't need the rest of you. I can do it all on myself. And in fact, I don't trust you all because I want an A, I've got a 4.0 or 3.997, and you all are just going to screw my grade point average up if I let you all screw the project up. So I'm going to do it all myself. And that doesn't work because if you've designed your projects correctly, it requires group work. And so you can have trust issues early on because of that. And you need to, part of I give a lecture very early on where I say, look, there are essential skills that you have to learn in college, and two of them are not taught as a part of any major, but one of them is that you have to learn to work with people that you didn't choose to work with. And that'll be an essential skill that you carry with you for the rest of your life. Because when you go out, and I'm talking to CS majors now, when you go out and you work at Google or Microsoft or Apple, you're going to be assigned a group, and you don't get to choose who it is that you get to work with in that group, but you're going to have to work in that group. And if you can't get along with those people, you're not going to be successful, you're not going to be promoted, and you're not going to earn the big bucks that presumably you want to earn. So you have to learn that skill, and this is a class about learning those skills because research says that those skills are not learned best on your own. They're best taught to you.
Thank you.
And I'll just take another minute and tell you that the other thing that I say that they have to learn to do is to communicate effectively with both orally and in a written manner.
My parting words of wisdom is I started doing consulting groups in my class. So we know that group work is stressful and it can be irritating. All the reasons that Bobby identified happens in all groups. And so I just started creating a separate group where basically on a few occasions throughout the semester, students have a consulting partner that isn't in their group. They can reflect on how things are going, any problems, use each other to give advice, and then they reflect on it to me so that I know that they're not just gossiping, right? Like they're like, okay, this is my problem, and Julaine gave me this advice, and I'm going to try this the next time I work with my group. So it's sort of a way for them to vent, but also in a more professional, appropriate way.